Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer. Over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we're about to get into somebody's business. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to my international family. What's up to everybody watching behind the scenes on TikTok? If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you are a returning friend, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We want to be able to recognize our new and our pre-existing folks. So we want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all, today's agenda consists of a brief energy cleanse followed by sound bowl and a meditation. We'll also tap into these divine insights, which covers a divine earworm that I have for you today. We'll get into the overall energy reading, look at some insights and observations, but then we'll tune into personal situations with the tarot card reading and give confirmations and do some type of closing thoughts and final steps on what may be coming your way, okay? If y'all are ready to get into this reading, I have a juicy earworm this morning, and I think I kind of understand why. But if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and find those emojis. Go ahead and find those cleaning emojis, those scrub brushes, those toothbrushes, whatever kind of brush or cleaning utensil that you can find. Because, child, some of y'all been up all night. Some of y'all been tossing, turning. Some of y'all been dealing with funky coworkers and they nasty attitudes. And some of y'all are waking up to start your day. But whatever it is, we need to get ready to put ourselves into presence. So whatever messages I have, you're in a position to receive them. All right. So go ahead and find those scrub brushes. Go ahead and find those scrub brushes. Go ahead and find those toothbrushes. Whatever. You know, go ahead and find it, because, baby, it is time for us to get into this reading. All right. Here we go. All right, y'all. So before we move forward, let's take a moment just to level set and ground ourselves. And the simplest way to do this is to do this by cleansing our energy through breath work and sound. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take in a couple of deep breaths, hold it, and exhale slowly. With each inhale, I want you guys to keep in mind that we want to be able to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we want to be able to release any tension or any distractions. Okay. So we're going to do this 3 times. All right. Here we go. Excuse me. Well, that wasn't what I expected. Yes, I love it. Listen. If you do that the right way, it can be very intoxicating, okay? Now let's clear up any remaining stagnant energy and reset by bringing us into alignment one with presence, okay? And we're going to do that with our girl, Boo Boo, all right? So, here we go. Divine Spirit, I call upon you and ask for your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Please surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight and clarity and understanding for the highest good of all of those who are involved and for the harm of nobody. Amen, 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 and amen. Listen, y'all, listen, y'all, listen. If y'all ready for this fun and interactive experience, I need y'all to get ready for this, y'all. I need y'all to get ready because I feel like this is about to be explosive. As a reminder, this is a safe space and your honesty and your transparency is appreciated. Remember, ain't nobody judging you. We all been a fool and today just may be your turn, okay? But if y'all ready to get into this, I need y'all to find those cooking emojis. Put your favorite breakfast food in the chat, okay? Find those cooking emojis. Because, baby, I feel like we're about to cook. I feel like this is something. Listen, if you new to Pisces Tarot, you've been missing it. This has been going on in the collective, I want to say for 2 weeks now. But, child, when I tell you, I am feeling it in every which way. And somebody feeling some type of way. So if y'all ready to get into this, put your favorite breakfast food, put your favorite breakfast food, and let's get into this reading. Here we go. Now, each day, I always take a minute to reflect upon the immediate energies the Spirit is sharing with me, whether it be from a divine download or from an earworm. And today, I have an earworm, okay? As I said in the pre-show, I fell asleep early, about 5:30. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I started hearing this particular song, okay? I started hearing this particular song. This song, I was 4 years old when this song was going in, okay? But nevertheless, I will tell you, it still goes off, okay? The song was released June 9th, 1988, and the group was New Edition, If It Isn't Love, okay? I am hearing the chorus, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love, why does it hurt so bad? Make me feel so sad in life. If it isn't love, okay? Now, I done told y'all I got an earworm, and I done told y'all I feel like this is going to be juicy, right? So here it is. If it isn't love, why are you feeling this way? Why are they staying on your mind? Oh, child, if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need you to go ahead and find those tea kettles. Find those tea kettles. My allergies want to start bothering me. Hold on. Excuse me. But find those tea kettles. Find those tea kettles. Because, honey, I want to know who's over here questioning their sanity right now. Like, what am I feeling? What am I doing? What am I experiencing? Excuse me. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, child, throw those tea kettles in the chat. Because here we go. Now, when understanding energy, it's important to know that the universe speaks to us in an abundance of ways. Sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, and wonders. Sometimes it's through numbers. Sometimes it's through dreams. But nothing is coincidental. Okay? Nothing is coincidental. So, Spirit, what is the overall energy reading for today? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? And my allergies are like starting to do its thing. So I do apologize, y'all. Pollen season is in full effect. I live in Georgia. We have the highest pollen counts that we have had on record. Okay. So it feels like it's coming through the vents in the house. All right, here we go. What is the overall energy reading? The Oracle's gift. Someone is coming to you with the offer of love. Okay? Somebody is coming to you with the offer of love. Whenever you talk about cups, cups always represents feelings and emotions. And what's interesting about this is the cup is half empty. So that means that they've given you something, right? Or either they've consumed something. But what's most interesting is that you see like this opening and you see like this excitement. You can't really see it from here, but you see that there is some type of flames and there's a triangle there and some other stuff. So there's a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of willpower to pour into this connection. So this is definitely representing feelings and emotions, most of all intuition. Okay. Excuse me. Now, what is the truth that we need to hear for our journey this morning? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Okay. If it isn't love. All right. Somebody is questioning themselves. That's for sure. What is it? Okay. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So this is coming. Oh, they're overcoming some type of adversity to try to come forward. Okay. Coming forward and communicating is not going to be easy at all. And this makes a lot of sense because remember I told you my throat just started itching. And so either you or your person may have a lot of allergy problems because I was perfectly fine till I went live. And those who've been watching behind the scenes have seen that. But not only that, but I feel like this person is trying to find the way to be able to come forward, to be honest and to communicate and to share with you their thoughts and their true feelings. But they're also recognizing that they may not be in a position where their thoughts, feelings, and emotions are going to be reciprocated because of the way that they have possibly treated this connection in the past. Maybe taking this connection for granted, maybe not really focusing in on it as much as they should. And remember what I told you guys, you know, we've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks about how this retrograde cycle was designed specifically to break up karmic partners, relationships that were not supposed to be beneficial. And then you may also have some people, because we are dealing with Mercury retrograde on top of this Venus retrograde, you may have a lot of exes coming back from the past. Okay. So I would caution you that if you are, you know, entertaining these conversations, just be very careful until about the 15th of April before you really consider pursuing any of these things any further. That's when both of those planets will go direct. Okay. Now, or will be fully direct and we'll be out of the shadow period, I should say. All right. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. This is about mentorship, fulfillment, peace of mind, and self-care. Okay. So happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay. Somebody is working on cleaning up their heart space, but also making sure with the color green, that's where I'm getting that from, cleaning up their heart space. But also, I'm gathering that someone may have had to talk to somebody. Remember, they're questioning themselves. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind, right? So they may be talking to themselves and or talking to someone else, trying to get counsel about what they're experiencing because they've never experienced this before. Okay, they possibly think that they're tripping. This hit them like a ton of bricks. Like they were not expecting for this to come at all. Okay, at all. Now, how is this showing up in our everyday life, Spirit? All right. Boss up. It's time for them to boss up. It's time for them to come forward. It's time for them to have a connection, have a conversation, explain to you that this is what they're feeling. Like I said, the first card that we pulled out was the Oracle's gift, which is the love, the cup of love, right? That offering. Okay. It's time for them to boss up. They've been trying to avoid it and you can't run. Or what do they say? You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah, that's happening. Now, what is the undercurrent here? What is the undercurrent here? I get the impression that this individual doesn't want to admit to themselves. I said that earlier. I feel like this person is in denial. I feel like this person is like, of all the people, I'm not saying that this is what they're saying, but I'm trying to describe a feeling. It's like, out of all the people that I could have had this connection with, is with you. It's unbelievable to them. Okay. Now, Ancient Temple. Seek strength in your past and let the echoes of history guide you towards the future. Okay. So this is an indicator that you need to be able to overcome the adversity. Remember, the word wise was here. Okay. So there have been similar things that have happened before in either you or this person's past that is going to be the connectors for being able to move forward in the future. And you're going to have to use that integrated wisdom, right? That we talk about a lot, where things that you had to learn from the past are going to be here to really help you navigate and to be able to move forward in the future. Okay. And this isn't really feeling like this is coming from the person who's unexpecting this. This feels like this is coming from the person who's questioning themselves. If it isn't love, why am I feeling this way? Why is she staying on my mind? Okay. Now, what is the soul whisper for today's spirit? I feel like this person tried to avoid this. I feel like this person has tried to avoid this connection. They've tried to avoid their feelings. They may be dealing with avoidant, dismissive, avoidant attachment styles. But it definitely feels like they tried to avoid this. Okay, motivate. We got the star, motivate. All right, motivate. So let's see. What does this soul whisper about today? Anytime I see a star on tarot, I automatically think about it requires faith. It requires compassion. It requires some type of spiritual illumination and awakening. Okay. So motivate. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it would take to accomplishment. The time will pass away. That is a quote from Earl Nightingale. Okay. Motivation is often enough to keep the initial spark of an idea burning brightly. Now listen, didn't I tell y'all when I looked at this cup, I could see that triangle there, which represents that fire energy, that enthusiasm, that passion, that strength. Okay. You have to have some type of willpower to want to go through with this, right? So this is saying that the motivation is often enough to keep the initial spark of an idea burning brightly over time. Over time, it is common for the flame to become a little dimmer as it is replaced with the reality of a difficult challenge, which, let's pause, because we were already talking about the adversity card, right? Adversity has already come up. I accept the challenges that are the best way to learn. Okay, so that ties back into what I just said about you having to have this integrated wisdom in order for this situation to work. Okay, that's you learning from your lessons and applying it. Wisdom comes with age. Okay, now suddenly the idea of what you thought was so keen becomes too hard and you find yourself making excuses. Didn't I just tell you that I felt like this person was avoiding? Didn't I just tell y'all that? I swear I just said that. The key ingredient working hand in hand with motivation is consistency. It is common to get bursts of motivation, but they often give way to the monotony of the daily grind. Consistency helps you build and enables you to push through periods where your motivation wanes. During the initial phase of excitement, be sure to develop habits that will assist in working towards your goal and to help you push through any slumps along the way. All humans have motivations to achieve something. The differentiating factor between those who do and those who do not is the measure of consistent actions they take towards it. Okay, so this is about you being inspired, stimulated, excited, and to be invigorated. This is about you overcoming any shadows of dull, dampness, stifleness, and fizzling out. Okay, this is going back to the throat chakra. Remember, I told y'all that. I told y'all with the blue on the adversity card that this was dealing with throat chakra. Now, stars are made up of gases that burn out over time, with some shining more brightly than others. Remember that your motivation may too burn out, but consistency will ensure that your star remains bright. Okay? So, are they about to put in the work and the effort? And I'm going to step in and venture to say, yes, they are. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the first card we pulled out, I said, this is about somebody offering you love. And I noted that this cup was half full, which means they're pouring into something. Okay. If it isn't love, why do it feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Now, as we start to shift to more personal insights, to the potential parties that are involved, please remember to focus on what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. All right. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Now, first insight. Guardian. A lost one is watching over you. So you may be being very much so guarded and protected by your spiritual team or your guardians, your angels. But there's a lot of guidance here. Okay. Your angel armies. All right. They're around you. They're protecting you. They're guiding you. And it could be a relative. All right. What is the news? What is the news? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? I keep hearing that drum. All right, here we go. What? All right. Snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. So somebody is really attracted to somebody. Either you're really attracted to them or they are really attracted to you. Either way, okay, we got somebody here thinks that you're a snack. All right, somebody here thinks that you're a snack. All right, now you or them think that they a snack. What is the tea? What is the tea? Not hooked. Hooked is at the bottom of the deck. I'm literally splitting the cards so I can shuffle, and I see that at the bottom of the deck. So somebody feels hooked. All right, here we go. What is the tea? Okay. Happiness hater. Somebody got a hater. All right. Somebody's got a hater. It looks like a third party person. Okay. Well, it absolutely is a third party person because look how you got somebody watching. All right. Somebody's definitely watching. What lies beneath all of this? Okay, somebody is sad. All right, somebody is sad, dealing with depression. Okay, which probably explains why I saw that hook card at the bottom of the deck. All right. When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? When we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? Cold shoulder, breakup, distance, separation. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love. I made a big mistake. What is the true emotion here? What is the big emotion here? Or the true emotion here, Spirit? What is the true emotion here? Okay, that's too many messages. All right. Interesting messages, though, but too many. So the first one is moving on, letting go, loving you. Somebody freed themselves. Okay, somebody is freeing themselves of this connection. But then we also got the jackass card that came out. So somebody feels like a clown. Okay, somebody definitely feels like a clown. And the person who is possibly freeing themselves is making themselves fake busy. Okay, so we got a lot of messages there. All right. And these cards gonna have to get switched around too. What is the true crime here? What is really all those cards? What is the true crime here? Okay, this is interesting. This came out, but I can't make sense of it. I'm thinking maybe they may have ghosted you. Okay, money is here. Money is here. Very interesting. I'm gonna keep that card there. And I'm gonna keep that. But I'm thinking this deals with ghosting somebody. All right. What is the yin and the yang? This card says faked death. Okay, fake death. And I got it now. When this person walked away from you, that makes sense. When this person walked away from you, they tried to act like they was never coming back. They acted like this was a done deal. And I made a big mistake. Yeah. Okay. Ghosted you, tried to act like it was over. It ain't over. It ain't over. Definitely is not over. Okay. Now, what is the yin and the yang? Okay. Family foundation, commitment, home, marriage, celebration, and security. Okay. So somebody is thinking like, this is where I need to be. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? So this person is definitely thinking about the family life. They're thinking about commitment. They're thinking about giving you the world, which is probably why the money card is here now too. All right, what else? Somebody was a snake. Somebody could not be trusted. Somebody was always looking for information, always coming out looking for truth, but snaking you. Okay? Could not be trusted. All right? Was out for what was for them, out to find out what was for them. Like always in it for them, right? They had an agenda. That's what I'm saying. Definitely had an agenda. All right. What is blocking this relationship from moving forward? Staying stuck. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. All right. That card came flying out. So you got to take it. You got to take it. Came flying out. Somebody is staying stuck. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love. If it isn't love. Right now, the most loving thing you can do is let me go. Okay, so somebody done let go of this. All right. It's a thorn bush. They have let go. So you got one person that's over here feeling in their feelings. One person, now that you ain't calling them no more, now that they've been blocked and everything else, now here they come, wanting to run back. They over here questioning themselves if it isn't love. Okay? If it isn't love. Now, person A, I feel like it's the person who's really missing you. So I'm going to say person A has come to the awareness and the conclusion that they want this family life with you. Okay? They want this family life with you. I feel like they're definitely hooked on what you have to offer. But they're also they've been a jackass. Okay? They feel stupid. If you know who I'm talking about, put the clown emoji down in the chat. Put the clown emoji down in the chat. I definitely feel like they're the happiness hater. Okay? They're the happiness hater. They don't want to see you moving on. They don't want to see you living your fake life, even in your best life, even though they tried to act like it was going to be nothing. Okay? They tried to act like it was going to be nothing. Tried to act like they could just move on and it would be of no consequence. Right? But person B has decided to move on. Okay? They decided to move on. They've let go. They're loving themselves. They are giving you the cold shoulder. Okay? They're okay with this breakup, the distance, and the separation. They're fine. All right? Because they have moved on. All right? They are not necessarily feeling the connection. They're like, let me go. All right? The best thing you can do is let me go. I feel like this person may be fake busy in themselves. Okay? I also feel like this person is doing whatever they have to do to make themselves feel good. All right. I feel like this person could be dating somebody who has money. Okay. I also feel like person A is not liking this at all. They're the ones struggling with this depression. I also feel like the person who thinks this other person is as a snack is person A. But I do feel like person B is staying stuck. Like they keep on making the same mistakes over and over again. And this is why they're not progressively moving forward either. And I believe that this is where the spiritual team is coming from. Okay, the spiritual team is trying to get this person's attention. All right, y'all. Ooh, that was a lot. That's a lot. All right, that is a lot. Now, if you guys are ready to figure out whose business this is, I need you to go ahead and put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Go ahead and put those magnifying glasses in the chat because, child, it's time for us to get into the tea. What is going on here? Now, remember, when I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So unless you know where all your placements are, you can't say what is or is not your business. Okay? Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. All right? Take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. All right? Now, person A, Spirit, tell me about person A's element. Who is person A in all of this? And remember that the energy can be inverted too. Okay? Person A. Is somebody here allergic to dogs? Or is your person allergic to dogs? The reason why I'm saying that is because my allergies are starting to bother me out of nowhere. And then I just got the scent of a dog. So that's why I'm asking the question, is somebody, either you or your person, allergic to dogs? Because that could be an indicator that I'm talking about you as well. All right, person A is coming in as a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you or your person has Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements, go ahead and put the cloud in the chat. Go ahead and put the cloud in the chat. Okay. You're coming in as a 10 of Swords in reverse. All right. Can't get any worse. Only upwards. Recovery, regeneration, resisting an inevitable end. Okay. Resisting an inevitable end. Okay. So we got somebody coming in with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. Go ahead and put those clouds in the chat if you are an air sign. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. Told y'all my allergies are bothering me. All right. Now, person B. Is coming in as a water sign, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You are coming in, if you are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, if you, your person is a water sign, go ahead and put the water signs in the chat. Okay, put a water sign in the chat. We're talking about the Hangman, okay? In reverse, this is delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, and a lack of control. Okay? If you or your person has water or air placements, go ahead and put those water or air signs in the chat. Baby. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Mm. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to find y'all vodkas, coffees, water bottles, whatever beverage you're drinking right now or you feel like you need to drink. I want you to go ahead and put that down in the chat. Because, baby, when I tell you we about to get into this, go ahead and put your favorite beverage emoji down in the chat. Because here we go. All right, y'all, here we go. What is going on with my air and my water signs? Well, I just keep hearing, if it isn't love, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the second time either this week. Yeah, this week. Today's Friday. This is the second time this week that this energy group has come out. Excuse me. All right. I promise y'all I didn't have any allergies until I started doing this live. All right, here we go. All right. So person A right now is at an impasse, okay? And they're at an impasse because they know that they should be coming forward and giving you some type of offer, but they have not come to you with the full opportunity. So they're living with a lot of regrets right now, which makes sense why they're starting in with the Ten of Swords and their foundational energy, okay? They're not happy about the way that they've handled things, and they're not happy with the fact that you've moved on. They've either seen you somewhere or they saw you like on social media. They know that you have moved on with your life, and this makes them feel like crap. I'm just going to be honest. They feel like crap.
Damn.
Okay? They feel like we've already talked about, like the jackass. Okay? They didn't expect for this to hit them the way that it hit them. And I said that early on. This is coming to them like a ton of bricks. They were not expecting for this connection to come through and to mean something to them the way that it has started to affect them. Okay? I feel like this person has been using very, very sharp, harsh words to try to make you feel like it was nothing. Okay, I feel like they've used a lot of sharp language, a lot of harsh words to really make you feel like you meant nothing. You understand? So the day that this blew up, okay, let me tell you this blew up. Whatever happened between the two of y'all, it blew up real bad. It blew up and it blew up real bad. Okay, there was, I won't say an argument, but there was a conversation that really led you to believe and to understand that this was never going to change. This is who this person is. And whatever it was enough that was said during that conversation to where it was like, you know what? I'm no longer going to play these games. I'm no longer going to waste my time. I'm just going to exit stage left. Okay. Now, they tried to pretend like they were not bothered. They tried to act like they were going on with their day-to-day life, trying to act like nothing was going to disrupt their flow. Okay, like nothing. But your energy kept creeping in. Okay, and it could be because we have Venus in retrograde in Pisces. We just finished Pisces season. We also have Saturn still in Pisces, which we already knew that, right? So it's a lot of Piscean energy going on out there. But aside from that, your energy is bothering them, like you're following them. It's almost like you're haunting them, okay? And that's where it's like, you know, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind, okay? So they're really, really questioning themselves because it's just like, I'm not understanding what is this all about. What is this all about? And instead of them putting on their big boy pants and coming forward and saying, you know what, I made a big mistake. I think we need to talk. I think now that the emotions have dried, now that the feelings have cleared the air, we need to come back and we need to have a conversation. And instead of them saying that, they are trying to avoid this conversation because they know that this is going to have to cause them to put on their big boy pants.
I want to apologize.
Okay? That's all you got to say. I want to apologize. All right? Now, here we go. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Your overall energy is coming in as the Temperance card in reverse. Okay? You finally came to the conclusion that things have not been working for you, and they won't. Okay? Listen. Things are off balance for you. Things are not working. You're used to being successful and going in a flow, and you are stuck in this spin cycle because until you go and do what your spirit team has been trying to get you to do, which was to pick up the phone and go call this person, you're still instead over here living your life in fear, thinking that this person has blocked you and that they don't want to hear from you. And yes, while that is true that you should be blocked, the reality is you're not.
What?
You're not blocked. Because this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio has been waiting to hear from you. They have absolutely been waiting to hear from you. They're curious to know what you're going to say. They're curious to know how you're going to approach this situation. Like there's a curiosity that is still here. So it almost feels like, you know, while you're saying, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? They're kind of like sharing that same sentiment as well. But they would never let you know that. They would never let you know that. Okay? Now, person B. This Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're coming in as a Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? So likewise, things are not necessarily working out in your favor either right now. You're at a stopping point. You're in a holding pattern as well. You've been waiting, like I said, and holding out hope for this person to reach out and to have this conversation with you. But instead, you're trying to move on and, like I said, pretend like you're busy, act like nothing's going on. But the truth is, even though you're trying to pretend that way and give this person a cold shoulder, you're really operating from a space of hurt. Okay? You can't believe that this person did what they did. This was shocking to you. This was groundbreaking. Like you had a different, in your mind, your perception of this person was much stronger and much different and more vibrant. So the fact that this person has come towards you with this energy, this kind of like took you for a loop.
Oh my God.
Okay. And so this is what we talk about when we talk about integrated wisdom. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. In the past, when you would have come across someone who carried themselves like this, in the past, you would have been the type of person to keep calling. You would have kept trying to reconcile. You would have been the person trying to repair, you know, just facilitate that conversation. In the past, you would. But in the current state of who you are, you're just like, oh, you don't want to talk? Cool. You want to walk away? Cool. It's like you don't possess the energy that it takes to want to spin the block and go back and forth with somebody. Okay? So even though the door is still open, let's be clear, the door is still open. All right? The door is still open. However, you're not the one that's going to let this person know that. You want to test them. It's almost like you're testing them to see what they're willing to do. So both of y'all are operating from a energy space of fear. Okay? You're okay with the distance. You living your life. You know, you're dating. You know, you're making this work for you. You may be focused on your money. But as you proceed to move on with your life, you also do realize that you are still stuck. Okay? And it's time for you to do something different too. So it's almost like, what is going on here? You know, like both of y'all are in this weird predicament. Okay? Now, let me ask you this question. If you are resonating with person A or person B, can you tell me if you are showing up as person A or person B? And if so, tell me down in the comments section or the chat box, what is making you feel this way? Like, what are the drivers for why do you feel this way? Is it because you want this person back? Is it because you feel stupid? Like, what exactly is the driver? Like, what is making you feel like this is where you want to be and this is where you want to go? Okay. What is the feeling that is driving this? Now, what is favorable about this connection is I can't make this up. I can't make this up, y'all. I cannot make this up. Everything that they have been trying to avoid and trying to put off, they can't avoid it no more. Okay? They have been holding on, trying to perceive that they can control this. Remember, I told y'all this person has been avoidant. This person has been avoidant. Okay? And to this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Because I feel like they showed up for you in ways that you have never felt that support, that you've never felt that guidance. And that's part of what has you hooked. That's part of what has you committed to this. It's like you finally saw yourself in a position to where you can give yourself to them. And it freaked you out. I'm not going to lie to you. It freaked you out. You said or did some things that were very, very hurtful to like thwart this connection. Like it's almost like self-sabotage, okay? And it was very, 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 it came out of nowhere. Okay? It threw this other person for a loop. It was like, what just happened? Okay? This came out of nowhere. We was in the middle of momentum. We were in the middle of building. We were in the middle of evolving. And all of a sudden, drama ensues. We have a problem that I didn't even know we had a problem. And I'm just looking at you like, okay.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But I'm going to give you your space. Okay, I'm going to give you your space. All right. So, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio was like, cool. This ain't what you want to do. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to fight with you. Baby, I'm not about to do this no more. I'm not about to do this no more. Okay? So, the best thing that could have happened to this connection is that this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio did leave this connection alone. Okay? Did leave this connection alone. It also is the best thing that happened because since you guys have been apart, and I feel like you guys have not spoken to this person in months, okay? It hasn't been years, but I'm saying months. I'm counting 3 to 4 months. Okay, you haven't spoken to this person. And so this person is going to have to boss up. Okay, this person is going to have to boss up. This person is going to have to put on their big boy or big girl panties to really come forward. And they're going to have to start by first explaining themselves. Okay, they owe you an apology, first and foremost, and they need to be able to explain.
I can explain.
Because nobody is trying to hear this nothingness, right? I feel like if they were to come forward and to communicate with you and to tell you exactly what happened, I feel like this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio may be a little bit more considerate and forgiving. But I feel like it's more to the story than what you know. Okay, it is more to the story. It feels like, yes, there was an extenuating circumstance that helped facilitate this. Okay, but it also feels like it was circumstantial was the first piece, but the second piece of it was their feelings were starting to get involved. You understand what I'm saying? They never caught feelings for somebody else like this.
Hold up.
So now that they have started to uncover, not only is there an extreme circumstance that is facilitating this shift, but then they also have to deal with the emotional ties to it as well. So I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. There's multiple things going on for why they disappeared on you, okay? I feel like they were cold and callous in their conversation and then they disappeared on you. Alexa, turn on living room light. Somebody told her to turn that light off, okay? So now, for you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you kind of like giving hot and cold energy.
Do not come.
And you're not wrong. Okay, you're not wrong. All right. You are at the point where it's just like, I just want peace. I just want happiness. I just want consistency. Okay, I just want consistency. I want to be able to trust. I want to be able to let go and know that my person is not going to just shut down and shut me out and just leave me high and dry when things get sour. Okay? I want somebody that's going to be here for me, with me, and do hard things with me. But for this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they've never really had that before. So anything that's getting too close to love, and true affection is very, very, very scary to them. Now, if you've been trying to avoid facing the truth, I want you to put down in the chat the little no sign, like the little block sign, you know, the little circle with the line across it. If you know that you've been avoiding this for as long as you can, go ahead and put the little sign. Because I definitely feel like this person has been trying to avoid this for quite some time and now they can't. All right. Now, what is consequential about all this? Well, what's problematic is somebody walked away. And that's this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They got to the point to where they was like, you know what? I'm not going to play these games with you. I'm not going to continue to, okay, sassy. I feel like this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio said, you know what? If it's so easy for you to walk away, cool, go. I'm not going to kiss your, okay? I'm not going to do it. So it feels like this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is the type of person where they're used to people like always throwing themselves at them and or always chasing them, like always begging, like they like to be chased. But the fact that you are not chasing them, that got them confused. They over there like, what? Like, it's almost like you playing tag and you hit them and you be like, tag, you're it. Or they hit you and was like, tag, you're it. And then they started running and you ain't running. So they're confused. Okay, they like, what? Why you not chasing me? Well, it's because ain't nobody gotta come kiss your tail, sir, ma'am.
Bombakat.
What make you feel like somebody gotta keep chasing you? So now that you have decided, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you're not going to do this, you're like, you know what? You want to walk away? You want to move on? Fine. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to free myself. Okay? I'll give you the cold shoulder. I'll be comfortable in this breakup. I'm okay with the distance and the separation. Leave me alone. All right? I'm just going to go find me something else to do with my time. Okay? That's where we are with this. All right? But little did this person know. Not only are they hooked by what you had to offer, okay, but they feel stupid. And the fact that, and they're dealing with depression. Let's be clear. They are definitely dealing with depression. So that this has something and nothing to do with you at the same time. This depression is tied to a combination of things that this person is going through. So it's not just you. Okay. It's a combination of things, including you. Okay. So let's be clear. You're not the driver of the depression. You are a part of the whole sum of what is causing them to be depressed. Okay. And now that they know that you're out here living your best life, they want to be a happiness hater. Okay? They want to be a happiness hater. And they are like obsessed with you. Okay? They could be watching your social media, keep refreshing your stories, watching underneath fake accounts. But they're definitely keeping tabs on what you're doing. But Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is like, you know what? I'm going to make this work for me, even though it's not. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, if you know that this person should feel stupid, or if you are the person who feels stupid, I want you to go ahead and put the clown emoji down in the chat. I want you to go ahead and put the clown emoji down in the chat, because I feel like this ain't nothing but distorted pride and ego being in the way. This could be as so simple as a conversation. And this person knows how to be actionable when it's time to be actionable. But for some reason or another, they just want to, they want to sit here and play dead. That's why we got the fake death card. They want to sit here and play possum. Okay? They want to sit here and play possum. So if you or your person should be feeling stupid, I want you to put the clown emoji down in the chat. The joke is on them. All right? The joke is on them. Now, what is this trying to teach you? You got the Sun card. In order for you to be able to grow and to thrive in life, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you got to have some type of confidence. You got to have some type of boldness to you. Okay? You have to be able to move forward with your life and proceed like you've never been hurt before. Like there is such a guard around this person's heart. If you're coming in as this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, there's such a guard around your heart. Okay, which is why you're perplexed. Like, if it isn't love, why am I feeling this way? Why is she staying on my mind? Maybe I do need to go call a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Maybe I do need to go and have this conversation and offer. Maybe I do need to overcome these challenges. Maybe I do need to be motivated to be consistent. There is a bossing up, because this is a repeated pattern of your past. This is a repeated action for you. This ain't nothing new. You get close, you shut down. It's like a defense mechanism. It's almost like you get overwhelmed with being tapped into your own emotions. And that's what's off-putting here.
Damn!
Like, for you to be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like an air sign, you're full of thoughts. You have a way with words, yet you don't have nothing to say. Like, you feel nothing.
You've got mail.
But the reality is they have a whole lot of feelings. They're just not very expressive in how to communicate these things. So it's better for them just to shut down and disappear and go be depressed than it is for them to open up and to heal themselves by inviting other people in to share what they're feeling. Like, these feelings are a shared responsibility. Even though people are not responsible for your feelings, people are not responsible for your happiness, they are a shared responsibility. Because if you open up and say, first of all, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to affect you like this or me. I'm really missing you right now. I want to have a conversation with you. Let's talk about this. You will see how this can turn around and be so simple. But because you won't put your pride aside, you're just over here just wallowing. Okay? Now, what do you need to do to heal? The King of Swords. This is your energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's time for you to come forth. It's time for you to have a conversation. You cannot avoid this no more. Okay? It's time for you to step forward. You've been trying to hide, but like I said in the beginning, you can run, but you can't hide. There's a reason why this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is in your energy space. There's like a reason why. There's like a divine assignment over this connection. What that divine assignment is, I'm not sure. But I feel as though this is where your spirit team is here. They're forcing you. They're pushing you. This is where, yeah. So what do they need to do? I can't make this up. I can't make it up. I literally just played the death whistle. And here comes the death card. I can't make this up. It's time for you to accept your fate. It's time for you to get out of this mental space, this mental cloud, this mental agony, this self-imposing prison that you keep putting yourself into. This was an inevitable end. It's here and it's here. And now it's also here. This is about your transformation. All of this you got 4 major arcanas here, which means this was not only here to change you and how you think, it was also here to make you stronger, and it was also here to better develop your transformation. All 3 buckets of arcana are here. This Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio was sent to you for the divine assignment to get you to grow and to mature up and to level up and to get ready to go into your next level and your next season. Okay? Almost aligned with the spirit of an earth angel, if you think about it. Like there was an assignment here over this connection. And this is why this person has been in your life for quite some time. Okay? This has been a long-standing connection of some sort. Doesn't necessarily mean you were always relational in that regard, but there's always been a connection between the 2 souls. You understand? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? This is that mental awakening. This is that mental clarity that you just got. Okay? It's here. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to say. You need to come forth and give a peace offering. You need to be able to come forth and communicate and tell this person exactly what has been going on. Give them that clarity. Give them that freedom. Stop being malicious and callous by withholding that from them. Because you know good and doggone well that your actions have been adversely affecting this other person. Whether they are not letting you know that or not, they are crushed. They are devastated. Okay, this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio has been looking like, what did I do to you? Okay, it has been awful. It has been brutal. It has been so sad and so disheartening because it was like all of a sudden things were good and then all of a sudden they weren't. And you left this person hanging. You left this person like in denial. You left this person feeling crushed. And even though, I'm telling you, even though they acting like they're not bothered, they're definitely stuck. They're stuck with this card here and they're stuck here with this hangman in reverse. They're stuck. They trying to make it seem like they're moving on. They're busy in themselves, trying to act like they got plans. And they do. They might be having plans. They may be doing other things. You know, they may be doing things to busy themselves. I mean, the fake busy card is here. They may be doing these things. That could be true. Right? But the reality is they are shocked and devastated about how things have progressed. And this did not make them feel good. And if I'm being honest, this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio did not need this. They didn't need this. They didn't need this from you. They didn't need this from anybody else. Okay. And now this has kind of got them in a holding pattern. But if I'm being honest, the holding pattern here is divine. Because if this person truly moved on with their lives the way that they should and say that they are, then they wouldn't be receptive to this apology that is coming forward. Okay? So there is an apology coming forward.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
There's definitely an apology coming forward. That's why the spiritual team is here. That's why we got the angels here. Yeah. This is for both of you. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Okay? If it isn't love. Don't he say in this song, I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive me? I really love her. I love her. What? Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. I thought that's what he says. Yeah, here it is. Maybe she'll take me back. Hey girl, he's begging. I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive him, girl? Now I can feel it. He's never felt before. I really love her. You love her. What? Child. Look at y'all. Y'all over here like. Because I know that you felt it. You felt it. That's why this was so confusing and so perplexing. Okay? Now. All right. We got the Ten of Swords. They know that they stabbed you in the back. They know that they stabbed you in the back. Okay? They know that the things that they did to you was so hurtful and so malicious and so cruel. They know that they... See, this is part of the reason why they don't want to come forward, because they're going to have to take ownership of the things that they did. Remember, I told y'all this wasn't necessarily a conversation. Remember, I told y'all that this was more so like something happened that blew up and it went left. Okay. I'm standing on that. Whatever they did, this was something that was very not cool. Okay. Very. Now, this was, what did they do? They played you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They played you. They played you. They played you. They thought that they were going to be able to get away with something. What said something is, I don't know. But they buttered you up. They lured you in. They played you. And they thought that they was just going to walk away and ride in the sunset. But what they didn't realize was that when they was messing with you, they were messing with the anointed, the divine, those that were appointed, you know, things that were connected with their destiny and their karma. So this is where that stupidity is coming in, right? Yeah. This is where that stupidity is coming in. That's where they're feeling like this jackass again. Because it's like, I did this to myself. I did this to myself. You thought you was going to walk away, ride off in the sunset, act like nothing never happened, but you did this to yourself. And that's what caused the ball to drop. Excuse me. That's what caused the ball to drop. That's what caused things to fall apart. That's what drove that wedge that I talked about earlier. Okay? And this is why they're delaying coming forward, because they know that they're going to have to stand on it. They're going to have to apologize. And they're just like, they don't want to have to verbalize, which they are going to have to do. They don't want to have to verbalize the things that they did because it's embarrassing.
Oh man, not again.
Okay? It's embarrassing. All right? They owe you one. Part of the reason why they weren't ready at the time was because they were still dealing with a whole lot of unhealthy attachments to people. Okay? This person may have had, especially with this family card here, even though I'm not in disagreement and I'm not changing my stance, I do feel 100% that this person wants a family connection with you as well, but they may have a family with somebody else. They may have a family with somebody else that is also a part of this attachment that's here. Okay, where they're resistant to change. They feel like they're tied, they're bound. Yeah, they got a family with somebody else. Does this person have a child with somebody else, or an ex-wife or ex-husband? They're committed to somebody else. And the reason why I'm saying committed is because with this tree card being here, right? We know that trees represent stability and growth. We know that trees also represent protection, okay? But for this to be tied here with this bull head, okay, with these chains, and both of you guys wearing blindfolds, right? That tells me that you guys are resistant to change. You're in this self-imposed. So they may have been in a toxic situation with somebody else. And that was the driver of what started all of the other subsequent things that have gone awry. Does that make sense? Okay, does that make sense? They weren't being honest with you. But now that you've been apart, they like, if it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Like they are going through it. Okay, they are going through it. And the more they try to delay, the more they're forcing and fighting the spiritual team to have to come forward. Now, they got to do this. They got to do this with this Eight of Pentacles. They got to do this. They got to come forward. They got to clear the air, and they have to come forward. They got to put in all the work, because see, now their joy, their peace, their happiness, which is why they're depressed right now and dealing with depression and sadness, because ain't nothing been working for them, and it's not going to work for them until they fix this. Okay? So they got to be very thoughtful and very careful about how they move and how they come forward, because at this point, either you're going to continue to spiral out of control and continue down this path, or you're going to put your big boy pants on and make things right.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Oh, Romeo. Oh, Romeo. All right, we got the Ten of Wands. Okay, this is hard. This is difficult. This is a burden for them. All right. They got to come clean. They got to come honest. They got to tell the truth. So there was a lot of mistruths that were told. There was a lot of gross exaggerations and fabrications. And that's part of the reason why they don't want to come forward and tell the truth. Because they know that once they come forward and expose the truth, they know that that's going to have them be viewed in a different light. Okay? They're going to be viewed in a different light. And as you should look at them in a different light. They misrepresented and mischaracterized who they are, where they are, what they have to offer. I feel like this person lied to you. They lied to you about this person that they've been dealing with. They lied to you about what they like. It was when I tell you there was a plethora of deceit. There was a plethora of deceit. Okay? It was beyond imagination. What this person was saying, what this person was doing. Okay? It is a whole lot of deceit here. And they got to come clean. This Gemini, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, y'all Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, y'all about to be real mad at me for this. But I got to call it the way I see it. And if you've ever dated a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay, if you agree with me, I want you to put up your church finger, okay? If you've ever experienced this, I want you to put up your church finger, all right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, y'all are known to be liars, master manipulators, okay? If you've ever experienced that, put this up. Put the little church finger up, okay? Just put the little church finger up. If you ever experienced it, put it up. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever called you out on your skit, but I'm calling you out on your skit today. All right? I'm telling you, you did a whole lot of lying. And now part of the reason why you don't want to have to come forward is because you're going to have to reveal the fact that you did a whole lot of lying.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
This feels like a tornado of emotions that got to come up. This feels crazy. But this is why it's time for them to boss up. Oh, child, if y'all ready to figure out what is going to happen and how this story going to end, I want you to find the paper, pen, notebook emojis. Drop those down in the chat. Because I'm trying to tell you that this situation has gotten out of control. And their spirit team and your spirit team that are colluding in the background is not going to let this just dissolve itself. They're going to have to. Everybody's going to be stagnant and stuck until this issue is resolved.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Here we go. All right, so when we talk about potential final outcome, I say potential because I can't predict free will. You may hear this and you may be like, oh, let me go call this person and apologize. Okay? Or you might be like, the devil is a lie. Ain't no way in the hell that I'm going to go call this person and apologize. That could be you. Okay? And you're going to still be stuck and stagnant in the same cycle that you've been.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way. Yeah.
All right. Now, so what is this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius going to do? What are they going to do? That's too many. Doggone, Spirit. That's too many. Okay. I'm going to read these cards because I think it's important. All right? I'm going to read these cards because I think it's important. But these are not the cards that I'm going to take for next steps. Does that make sense? I think that, for one, this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is very disappointed about how they were married before. If they weren't married, they were like in a legally binding situation with somebody. Again, they could have kids with this person. They could have been married to this person. It's something to that effect, okay? But this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is very hurt and disappointed. And this is what corroded their confidence when they are dealing with other people. All right. So this is part of the reason why they're a happiness hater, because it's like they don't really know who exactly or how this is going to work out for them. Now, they also know that they left you feeling disappointed. Okay. They also know that they left you feeling disappointed and lost and confused. All right. So they know that they are guilty. They know that they are wrong. They know that judgment is here for them. Like, they absolutely, positively, undeniably know that they cannot go on playing these games, laughing and playing in your face and anybody else's face. They got to come clean. They got to come clean. And what I'm here to tell you is, the longer that they delay, the harder it's going to be. A hard head make a soft ass. Okay. We just got to say it the way it is. All right.
Hey, Stu. Your rent's due, motherfucker.
All right. That's where we are. Now for this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Will they be open? I don't know. What is this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius going to do? I just said it. They got to come clean. I can't make this up. They got to come clean. This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius has been playing games. They know they're wrong. This is inevitable. They can run, but they can't hide. They can run, but they can't hide. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. It was you. It was you. You can't blame this on nobody else, baby boy, baby girl. This was you. This was all you. This was all you. Okay? This was 100% all you. This was all you. All right? Now, with this Five of Pentacles here, okay? This got you going crazy. All right? This definitely got you going crazy. Because you know that you got left out in the cold by this person. I don't think that they thought that you were really going to disconnect the way that you did, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But again, remember what I said in the very beginning. And I know it's been a couple hours that we've been here. So I'm telling you, if you missed the reading, go back and watch it from the beginning on YouTube. But I'm telling you, when things went south, they were not expecting for you to be so quick to disconnect.
Goodbye.
And you sure did. You sure did. You sure did. You were just like, yeah, you know what? I'm cool.
Anything else?
They were not expecting for you to just be like, I can move on. I told you guys earlier, they were expecting for you to chase them.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. Bullshit.
But Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you have practiced this. You've practiced that coldness. Like, they don't understand. Anything in the sea can survive cold temperatures. You're in your native habitat. So when you want to be cold and callous, I can survive cold and callous. Can't nobody, listen, as a Pisces, I can be very cold and very disconnected when I want to be. You want to have a pissing match in coldness? That's the side of me you don't want to see. And that's the side of every Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All of them got a whole different side of them that don't nobody want to play with. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say that I thrive being nasty and malicious like that, because I don't. But I'm telling you, that's a door that you don't want to open. Okay? That is a door that you do not want to open. That's a door that you don't want to play with. And most of us work very diligently and trying not to expose that side of us because we know we can be very malicious and grimy.
Welcome.
And that's where this snake is coming in with this agenda. Okay? There is an agenda here. So it's like, yeah. You want to try to play me? Let's play these games. You want to play? Let's play. But this ain't what you want to do, boo. Now, they were shocked that you walked away. They were shocked that you was just like, I'm cool. I ain't got to play these games with you. I ain't got to do this with you. I ain't got to do nothing. They were completely shocked. These two cards just fell over. Yeah. I would not be surprised if this person was married to somebody else and they were cheating on their spouse with you. I keep saying it all throughout this reading. I keep bringing it up that we have somebody here that is attached to somebody else. Okay? Somebody was either married or committed to somebody else. And the reason why I'm saying that is with this 10 of Pentacles, with this happy home, okay? And the Empress in reverse, this represents infidelity. So whatever they had going on in a private life wasn't what they made it seem to be. And I've said this 3 or 4 times. Okay, I've said that 3 or 4 times now. With this family card here, they want this with you, but they also had it with somebody else. Soulmate connection. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Actually, I said the wrong card. It's the 2 of coins. But why does she stay on my mind? They got some decisions to make. They have some decisions to make. And I am telling you, surely as today is Friday, that your spiritual team is not about to let this go. The spiritual team is here. They're being very resolute about this. Y'all see that infinity sign there? You see it? The infinity sign in tarot represents divine connections, cycles, eternity. Didn't I tell y'all that this spiritual team is here? They got some decisions to make. And I don't care how much they try to fight it. The more they resist it, the more they're going to write a check that they can't cash. Okay? So you're going to have to come forward and you're going to have to correct this. Otherwise, it's going to correct you. Either you deal with your problems or your problems are going to deal with you.
Embarrassing.
Okay? That's how that goes. Either you deal with your problems or either your problems are going to deal with you. But they got some decisions to make. And they over here acting like they stuck on stupid and parked and dumb. Acting like they don't understand the assignment. Acting like they confused. You're not confused, sir. You're not confused at all. Acting like they don't know what to do. You're very clear about what the assignment is. But instead, you want to be immature. I'm just going to say immature. That's not what I really wanted to say, but I'm just going to say immature. They just want to be immature. I wanted to say something else, but they want to be immature. So, y'all know what I always tell y'all, right? There is a divine plan, and then there's your plan. You can either follow the divine plan, or you can do it your way. You can do whatever you want to do, but it's not advisable for you to do whatever you want to do. Does that make sense? We all have free will. God gives us free will. But that does not negate his divine plan. You understand? I have been consistent in this message about how the spiritual team is here. And if this person does not take action, they're going to be forced to take action. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I would advise, if you are person A in all of this, that you step up to the plate. Because the one thing that you don't want to have happen is that you move away from this, acting like it ain't no big deal, and then things start just happening.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
And then your life starts crumbling and falling apart. That's what nobody wants. So what I'm telling you is, you need to, no, don't sit and wait for them. Okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, do you. You didn't do nothing wrong. Okay? You did nothing wrong. You live your life and let them deal with this. But they got to come forward, because if they don't come forward, if Gemini, Libra, Aquarius don't come forward, they're going to be forced.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
But truth be told, I think they will come forward. Okay, I think they're going to understand the assignment, even though they want to act like they so confused, even though they want to act like they didn't do anything wrong. They want to live their life in oblivion. They want to act like they didn't do anything. They are going to come forward to you with this communication. Okay? And they're going to come to you not only with this communication, but they're going to come to you with some type of offer, peace offering. Okay? They're coming to you with a peace offering. And that's all you've asked for, was for them to make this right. That was all you asked for. Was for them to enlighten you on what was the driver behind the big disconnect. It wasn't a mystery. But I think what's going to trip you out, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, is that this person is going to tell you a whole lot more than what you was expecting. So when that person calls you out the blue, I don't see a text, I see them calling you. Hello? I see you being like, I wasn't expecting you calling me. Okay? It's going to be more than just a phone call, though. They're going to start trying to rebuild a friendship out of nowhere. They're going to start trying to be friends with you, starting to talk to you, be very consistent with their communication. They're going to ease into it. They're not going to jump into it. And the more you go through this with them, the more they're going to start opening up on their feelings. Okay, they're going to start opening up on their feelings. They're going to start admitting to you that they was thinking about you nonstop. They're going to start, like, it's going to feel like they almost flirting with you initially, the way that it's coming, because they're going to come in flattering you, being very complimentary, very supportive, very nurturing. You know, trying to warm you up so they could just slide it in there. I couldn't stop thinking about you. And you over here just like, what?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So they're going to slide those little comments in there. All right. Now, angels, what messages do you have for these Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. I told you who it was. They've been wearing a false mask this whole time, having you under false pretenses. And that card comes out just as I've said. They're going to slide it in there about their feelings for you. And you're not going to, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you're going to be so flabbergasted. You're going to be like, what? Like, where did this come from? You know, like you're going to be so confused because they've been so distant and so cold that once they start opening up, you're going to be like, when they say, I was really thinking about you the whole time. What?
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who has been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
You're going to be so like confused. Like, I don't know who said that. Who said that? What the hell? What that mean? Who said that? You know? Now, Romeo and Juliet. What words of advice do you have for this connection between these air signs and this water sign? They don't want to have to come clean. Unrequited love. Accept the pain, fulfill your needs in other ways. Okay. So I think they're afraid to admit that they were still invested in this other relationship. I'm telling you, there was a third party here. That's part of the reason why they don't want to come clean. Like I said, and I've been consistent in this, it was a plethora of deception. There was a plethora of things that went wrong. That it was a lot of garbage coming in and there was a lot of garbage coming out. Okay? They were distracted. And for them to come forward and to tell you that you were literally, you had nothing to do with their drama, but yet they took it out on you. It's going to take a lot for them to say that. And it's going to take them a lot. I feel like they told you that they were over a past situation that they really weren't over. They were still actively involved in. And if you're being honest with yourself, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you kind of knew that that was the case. Okay, you kind of knew that that was the case. All right. Is this a soulmate connection? Yes, it is. We got the Chariot in reverse, which is your energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. Specifically Cancer energy. This is about them fighting opposition, having a lack of direction, a lack of control, being aggressive, arrogance, and carelessness. That's what we've been talking about. That's exactly what we've been talking about. But yes, it is. The Chariot is a yes card. Okay. So, that also tracks with what we've been talking about, right? Now, what is the naked truth here? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? Why this card just come flying out? I can't stop thinking about you. I'm seeing the synchronicities. It's driving me insane. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? They can't stop thinking about you. If it isn't love, Just saying. All right, Spirit, what are some thoughts that this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius has towards this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? I made a big mistake. Won't you forgive me? I really love her. I'm fixated on you. Didn't I tell y'all that they think you are a snack? They have an obsession, physical attraction. They think you are so sexy. They're fixated with you. They are fixated on you. All right. Spirit, what thoughts does this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio have towards this air sign? Truth and only truth. I desire to recapture that feeling. Y'all hear this? Siri, stop. Stop. Siri. Hey, Siri, stop. What the hell? Hey, Siri, stop. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all just hear my Siri just start playing Real Love by Mary J. Blige? Why did that song just... Who told Siri to start playing Real Love by Mary J. Blige? I desire to recapture that feeling. If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does she stay on my mind? If it isn't love. I heard that. And that's why I was like, I know this ain't playing no music. Okay? Now, what is the hidden truth? Boy, I promise you, God be having some jokes. That's what they say, though. He has a sense of humor. Your love is like a tapestry woven with the threads of joy and warmth. Ew. Listen. They love what you bring to the table. They love what you have to offer them. All right, Spirit. When can we anticipate for this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius to reach out to this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? March. Well, we just got out of March. So we April. It says March 17th. So maybe they got to clear up their energy space first. Okay. Let me see if that's the accurate timing. March 17th. We just came out of March. St. Patrick's Day. That's a long time, Spirit. Is this a true timing? You telling them they're going to have to wait a whole year to hear from this person? Well, they got to clean up their space. Yeah, that's the first thing. They got to clear up their space. Is this a true time? Yes or no? Is this a true time? And yes or no? I don't want y'all to have to wait either. But, you know, if they not bossing up, then, you know, that it is what it is. Yes, it is. I just said they got to have courage. Why the nine of wands comes up? Okay? Courage, persistence, test of faith, resilience, boundaries, last standing, gearing up for the worst, pessimism, and weary. Okay? So, listen, I'm not telling you to wait around Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for them to come around and get their stuff together. I'm telling you to live your life. Okay? Live your life. But you will hear from them by March 17th of next year. Okay? And that's like the latest. You can hear from them at any point in time between here. Okay, correction. So remember I told you they may just start calling and just start like communicating more. Okay? Communicating more with you. I think that they will be ready to come forward and to open up their heart solely and completely by March 17th of next year. Okay? So let me make sure I say that correctly, right? Do not wait for this person, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Do not wait. Live your life. When they pop up and they start talking, cool. Just let them talk. Let them have it. Okay? Let them have it. But also live your life. Don't start throwing the eggs in the basket. Don't start throwing out the baby with the bathwater. If they come forward and they start talking, great. Let them have it. But you live your life. All right? Now, as we get out of this business, okay, I want to say thank you so much for tuning into the Pisces Tarot experience today. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, especially for y'all watching behind the scenes on TikTok, knowing that TikTok is going to be shut down again tomorrow. Make sure that you go ahead and follow me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer and become a part of my growing community, and keep an eye out for more engaging content that is coming your way. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you need a little bit of guidance, so feel free to save it and replay it at any time. I love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment in the section below and let me know what resonated with you, okay? But please give me a thumbs up if this message has resonated with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, I am booking only at PiSeasTarot.com, so please don't hesitate to reach out. A huge thank you to everybody who joined the conversation today, and a warm thank you to all of our new subscribers. Thank you to all of the people who gifted me not only your time, your talent, and your treasure, but also thank you to everybody who has lifted me up, because boy, it gets thick around here sometimes. All right? Now, listen. Everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So be kind, be patient, and gentle with others as well as yourself. With others as well as yourself. Be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are with yourself. Okay? How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Leave a little bit of love everywhere you go, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.